Name's Andre Ewell, UFC vet, and I train in Carlson Gracie, Riverside. Whole goal is to get back to the top.
My name is Brokenshire. I fight out of Ludus Sport in Lakewood, Washington. I've been fighting for a very long time now, so I'm excited to get in there tonight and put in some work.
Well, it's my comeback from 7 months of being off. Because, you know, some saying that I'm too old, some saying I'm washed up, some saying like, hey, his style doesn't work no more. And this is where I'm gonna have to end up showing that it does work, and I'm still great, and at the end of the day, I belong where I'm supposed to belong, and that's at the top.
He's a very tough fighter. He's got a lot of experience. You know, he's had many fights in the UFC, so I know he's fought top competition. I'm looking forward to doing my best against him, and I think that his style matches up very well with mine. I'm usually pretty strong against strikers. I consider myself a striker as well, so I'm excited to go in there and mix it up with him.
At the end of the day, I know a lot of people like shit talking and stuff like that. Never really been that guy unless it has to, but I am definitely the type that will say, hey, let's have a great fight, and clearly I'm coming to take your neck. So, but after I take your neck, we can go get a beer.
Figure I will probably get a finish in the third round. That's my plan, to get in there, wear him out, and break him.
So main event time is here at Freedom Fight Night 2 in Mesa, Arizona. My goodness, Frank, it's come down to the final fight of the night once again. All to play for here, and we have a stunning main event. One half of it is this man, Andre Ewell, coming out of the UFC, having his first fight back since coming out of the UFC. Now, we've talked about sometimes there's pressure with that. Sometimes, you know, you can put a weight on your shoulders like you need to prove yourself. There's been a freedom with him these last few days that I've seen him. He's gone back to his first nickname, Afro Monkey Man. He said he's claimed that back. He's also gone back to his old style of the weigh-ins with the cowboy boots. He's got his brother in his corner there, and he said that's been the real defining. He went through the depression of leaving the UFC, but everybody that came around him to help rebuild him, those are the people that matter, and tonight he wants to put on a show for them.
He does have a lot of pressure going on him as the UFC guy. When you walk in there, you have that moniker that you're of a certain pedigree, that you made it to that level. So there's a certain expectation, it adds extra pressure, and you feel that ability to want to represent that exactly the kind of weight that you should be.
Next up, we welcome this man, Drew, the Eternal Fire Brokenshire. My goodness, a record of 14-9, but this is a guy who had an unplanned hiatus from competition. 3 years he took out. First of all, he stepped in to help look after his grandma for a year. Then COVID kicked in and he had to deal with his gym being decimated because there was no support for small businesses while he was trying to survive through that time. He's also adopted his son, who he says is a major motivation now for inspiring him how to be a man, how to take wins, how to take losses, how to be prepared for adversity. But he says this now is his time. He's coming off the back of a super impressive win. He got another rear naked choke in his last victory. That makes it 7 out of his 11 finishes are rear naked chokes. And he said, this is a step up, I recognize that. But this is the perfect style for me. I do great against strikers. I need to go in there, implement my game plan, break him down and try and get the finish.
It's great to see that Drew's re-inspired, and that the adversity that he faced, that a lot of us all can relate to and face over the period of COVID, has turned him into a much better person. It's re-inspired him, to reinvigorated himself, to figure out how to go out there and perform and push himself up. And here he's been given the biggest challenge of his career, and he's all guns blaze ready to go forward.
So we take a look at the tail of the tape there. 36 versus 34. Slight height and reach advantage on the side of Andre Ewell. And we are set and ready for our main event. Let's hand it to our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. This bout is sponsored by the HJR Experiment. Conversations that are honest, jarring, and real. And now, this is the moment Freedom Fight Night fans watching all around the world have been waiting for. live from Bell Bank Park in Mesa, Arizona. Who's ready to find out which team will take home the coveted Freedom Championship belt? This bout is 3 rounds in our featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 17 wins and 9 losses. He weighed in at 145.3 pounds. Fighting out of Carlson Gracie Jiu-Jitsu by way of Riverside, California, representing Team Ortiz, Andre Afro Monkey Ewell. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 14 wins and 9 losses. He weighed in at 146.4 pounds. Fighting out of Ludu Sport by way of Lakewood, Washington, representing Team Bader, Drew the Eternal Fire Brokenshire. Your referee in charge of all the action, Chris Flores.
Went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to follow those rules. I expect a good, clean, professional
Referee
fight.
giving final instructions for this, our main event of the evening. Representing Team Ortiz. In the red shorts, blue corner is Andre Ewell. Taking on Team Bader's Drew Brokenshire. He is in the black and grey shorts with the red trim in the red corner, representing Team Bader. All to play for here in the final fight of the night. Team Bader 10 points, Team Ortiz 13. Who will claim that Freedom Fight Night Championship belt?
Yep. And right now you see Brokenshire is trying to, by faking and shaking, trying to get Ewell to fire off a shot so that he can get him to fire, and then as he goes to reload, he can follow it back in for a takedown. And right now, Ewell's being smart. He's taking the center of the cage, keeping his legs nice and bent stance, ready to go. Look, he's firing the jab, and see, maintaining distance there. Smart. That was phenomenal for him as far as good game plan, showing what's going to happen. As Drew, came forward, you see how he kept his stance, fired off that jab, and maintained the distance. And that's what you want to do if you want to be the taller, longer fighter. And if you're the fighter who wants to keep this a striking match and not a grappling.
Yeah, very open to that was Drew Brokenshire. He said, look, I need to get inside those long-range shots. If I can't, then it's going to be a long night for me. If I can, it's going to be a long night for him. But you're looking switched on. The speed of that jab in particular. Very, very sharp hands.
Yep, and good L-step out to his backside. And that's one thing that a lot of guys do when they retreat towards their back leg. If they retreat in that direction, you're powerful. Right there, though, he's keeping his right leg forward. That's the opportunity, if I was Drew, to look forward to attack. I see a guy fade off towards his, and he keeps it towards his lead leg. If your right leg's forward and you back up to your right side as you're backing up, it's hard to fire off a shot. It crosses your legs up. You don't have the same power. So anytime you back up, you want to back up towards the leg that you're going towards. So if I move to my left, I want my left leg back. If I move to my right, I want my right leg back. So you have to learn how to switch stances if you're going to retreat and stay dangerous. And right there, sometimes when he's retreating and backing up, he's backing up, moving to his right, but keeping his right leg forward. That's not the better way to do things for him. There he was able to back out, use his feet, and there again, right here he's doing an excellent job. Long jab, keeps his weight loaded, proper frame, changing levels to the body so that way that if there's any ideas Drew's having of trying to change levels to get under that jab, it's in his head that, well, sometimes he's throwing a straight cross.
A nice movement there as well, almost Matador style. Step to the side, took the momentum of Drew away.
As long as Andre moves, yeah, I like it better when he moves to his left. He moves to his right sometimes in the retreat is when the opportunity for Drew is there. But right now, Drew's having a hard time just, closing his hips in far enough because he's taking more traditional boxing steps. So by doing that, he's never really able to close the distance enough that his hips feel close enough that he can take a proper shot, because Andre's doing a good job of maintaining proper distance with his hips.
You talk about the hips and the movement. How important is the footwork as well? Because Drew seems to be chasing an angle to cut Andre off.
True. So the hips keep you in power in line with your feet. And when we talk about footwork, it's more like, okay, where in the cage are you moving? And the problem is that Drew is chasing him in a straight line and not strafing left or right. So what happens is he moves forward here, so he's following him on a line. And then Andre is able to just run off and not feel attacked. So right there, as he moved forward, Drew should have moved to his right. Because if he moves, he needs to kind of like, okay, as he moves to his left, I move to my right, so we kind of run into each other. If you follow on a straight line, you're just going to keep chasing the guy down. You're running into shots here, and it's much more difficult to get close distance to do something. See, right now he should have moved more to his left instead of a straight line forward. And there again, see, he's got to keep the cage between basically the center of the cage at his back and the cage and Andre's back in the cage in that angle.
Oh, trying the mid shot there, but Andre finds space so well. Now this is the first time he's been closed up against the cage with a minute to go as well, Frank.
Andre's doing a good job with those legs spread really far apart. It really takes away the double. And now Andre's pushing down on the head, completely compromising the spine of Drew. Drew's going to try to run to his right, it looks like, and just go ahead and go, okay, instead of me attacking both, I'm going to attack one leg, which is smart. Attack just the single, drop down. But he's going to pull his leg out if he get his knee up. And that's push down, step over.
Oh, nice step over there.
Well, it was beautiful. And now he's got maybe a guillotine locked up. But by doing so, he engaged in more of a wrestling match. And now he needs to lock that bottom leg, and that's what he's doing. Now he can get the takedown.
That was great by Drew there. He caught that left leg to stop the base going under, sort of shelved that as it was in midair. Was able to get that down.
And now he's doing a good job of using his hands to attack that leg.
Oh, rolling for a mounted guillotine here, but uses that to sweep. Beautiful work here from Andre.
Working the heel hook. Oh!
Right on. Not quite the bite, but look, that first 4 minutes, Frank, you could see Drew really struggling with the range, the footwork, the speed.
And it's funny, he's just making one mistake. He's not cutting left or right. He's following a straight line. That's it.
The end of the round, you've got to take some, motivation as you go in that he was able to close the distance and, get it to where he wanted to get, even if it was messy. That's the bit you've got to have in your mind, right? As a corner, you've got to keep pushing on that.
He did. He was able to have some success, finally closed in there. And, Andre locked up that guillotine, used it as a sweep, but he still was able to close the distance, get him in. And that being said, okay, it took me 4 minutes to do it. It'll probably occur faster now in the second round because, let's face it, footwork and mobility, no matter what, is fresher in the first round. And as the fight goes on, people slow down. It's just natural biology. It's your body gets a little bit more tired. You just lose a step. Power goes down. As your cardio goes, it's harder to flee. And so if I can catch you in the first round, probably going to catch you in the second round. And sometimes that's what happens with the clock and times is it takes guys so long, and usually they'll finally get that takedown in the third round after working hard for it. There's just not enough time left. That's a lot of hope there if I was in Drew's corner going, wow, all right, we didn't able to do much with it, but we got in there in that first round. Now we know what we can do, and we just need to make that happen earlier in the second round so we can cultivate on it.
And we are now in that second round. Brokenshire in the red corner, Team Bader. Ewell in the blue corner, red shorts, Team Ortiz. Oh, and he keeps using that teep. And look at the way the eyes, he's been caught by one of those shots before. Look at the right eye of Brokenshire. That's filling up already.
Yeah, it is definitely closing up. And that might impede his ability to see some of these strikes. But
and look at the way he's targeting that, though. Good head movement. He needed it as well because now he's seen that damage on the right side of the face of Brokenshire. Ewell is tapping that jab out, trying to increase that damage.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice body shot. And Andre's going back to it. And that's just, you don't have to hit the body hard. Just trust people's breathing and keep touching. And again, there.
Nice look at that from Brokenshire. Committed on that, but good. Again, the hips from Andre.
Yeah, and he's got his butt way off the cage, which is allowing him to really stretch those hips out and drive him down. Andre is going to, Drew is going to have to build up a base here. Hand on the mat, drive forward. Oh!
Look at the speed, though, on that transition. Whipped round, now in half guard, but in top position.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That was good. I like to showcase his well-roundedness, taken down. I'm like, why even be there?
Drew digging deep now. He's trying to make it ugly, which is exactly what he needs to do, Frank. You got the beautiful footwork and striking of Andre Ewell.
Well, look what we said. He got the takedown now with 3 minutes left. And so it looked like Brokenshire's looking for that guillotine, locking it up. But that's you know, by going for that guillotine and giving up the takedown, that's kind of like a, you know, it's a Hail Mary. It's like, well, if you get it, great. Now he stepped over that inside leg. He's trying to step over both, but he let go of that inside leg, which allowed Drew to go ahead and work his, Andre would work his way up. He likes that choke, but again, at that angle, it's going to be hard to finish it, not impossible. But he's also open there for the Von Flue. If Drew can get his right arm over the shoulder and get his hands connected. And right now he's using his leg to shelf that bottom leg. But the problem is because, again, great job on Andre attacking that neck because it's really slowing down the offense of Ewell. Or excuse me, Brokenshire, because he's not able to really get much going because he's really trying to stay on top and hold.
Just a little mistake there from Drew Brokenshire. Just gave a bit of space and it was taken and used by Andre to get back to his feet. Now he's looking for a takedown. But now, again, Brokenshire has found a way to change where this fight is taking place.
This is where he wants to keep it connected. Locked in, going for it, and this is going to be a nice hard grind and test the cardio and the ability of Ewell. You know, how hard did you train for this? Did you take me lightly? Did you think because you came from the UFC, you know? And not saying he did, just that we're going to push.
All those things, right? Yeah.
Grind, push, drive. And also, too, whoa, hands connect. He's taking him down this one.
Well, you feel his energy increasing as well with the more success that he's having.
Ewell's gaining momentum right now. Also, too, the thing that kind of discourages you as the guy, I've been there. You know, you go into a practice and there's some guy who shouldn't be able to, you know, keep up with you. And everybody knows. And all of a sudden, like, he's going move for move with you. It kind of discourages you a little bit because you're like, hey, wait a minute, man. I'm the big dog here. What are you doing fighting back? And so that can also sap you a little bit and cause a little bit of discouragement because here, you know, Andre is pretty much, and most people you talk about, a lot of people that know the fight game are like, oh, man, this is going to be a, you know, this kid Drew Brokenshire has his work cut out for him. And all of a sudden, he's in a fight right now where it's round 1 for 1 now, in my opinion. I think that he's definitely one.
Yeah, and you add that to it as well. Now he's got this position and he's starting to cause some damage.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hard elbow right over the top, definitive shot to solidify that he's got this position.
Yeah, look at the head position he uses as well. And he talked about it in the VT on the way in. He said, I've just got to get hold of him and wear him down. And that's exactly what these positions do, right? It might not be fight-ending spots, but it wears on you.
Both physically and, to the points I made it before, mentally. You know, I'm sure Andre, you know, whether he admits it or not, I'm sure he thought tonight was going to be a little bit easier than what this is coming out to. Sometimes that can really sap you and take you for a run. You're like, I really thought this was a shoe-in. You know, I'm sure he was in the back, loose, relaxed, going, I'm going to murder this kid. And all of a sudden, now you're in a battle and fighting for you. You're like, man, I might not pull this win off. And that can throw off and fatigue you. And there you see a great takedown inside the guard. There was that beautiful elbow over the top and just locking up position, crushing his hips forward, keeping Andre's feet off of his hips and his knees up in the air so he can't get much offense going on the ground. And that round there, it was definitely a Drew Brokenshire round. And we have a fight on our hands, guys. I think whoever wins this round right now, wins this fight, wins this belt for their team.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff here at Freedom Fight Night 2. We thought we couldn't script it in first Freedom Fight Night back in Miami, and now here we are again, right on the wire. 5 minutes to settle this. And even if it goes to decision, if Drew was able to get the decision win here against Ewell, that would be classed as a tiebreaker. So the winner of this main event would be the team that would claim that belt. Oh, digging deep, getting
Drew's
involved.
Inspired. He knows he can. He sees that the victory could be his.
He believes, right? He believes now.
He believes now, whether he did or didn't. I don't know how much confidence he had walking in, but you can see a guy right now that sees his opportunity in front of him. He's inspired.
and inspiring. Look at the effort he's putting in, and now driving towards the cage. Wow.
Yep.
And now that takedown within 4 minutes, 25 seconds, Frank. Each round he has progressed and adjusted, and now you see the frustration on the face of Andre Ewell.
Yeah, this could be the fight here, guys. Locking up, good position. He's keeping his feet away from the cage. Smart, understanding where he's at. And right now, you're seeing a guy who's fighting more survival and another guy who's fighting more to win. Yep, Ewell just needs to make sure, or Brokenshire needs to keep up some activity. There, the short elbows, just some kind of activity there, passing fully the guard, maybe start working the north-south choke. And Brokenshire needs to work back up to his feet and get back to that long jab.
Ewell, you mean, yeah.
Ewell needs to go back to, I mean, he was doing it so effortlessly earlier, and that really, it was almost like it was more of Ewell's just pure want to get this down into the ground and have this battle and this grind match that he told us he was going to create.
He's certainly done that, and he came out with a roar into round number 3. Gets the takedown within 30 seconds of the opening of that round. Now knee on belly as well, looking to make him give, or even getting to give up his back. Yeah, looking for that.
Yeah.
And I saw the way he shifted round to this side, Frank. Now, grapplers sometimes have a preferred side to set things up, right? So I think Drew's put himself in that position because this is where he's got the most attacks. And now looking to take the back, the rear naked choke, that is the move. But he's been reversed now.
Yep. He's got his legs in there. He was almost like he was looking for a crucifix. But Ewell was able to go ahead and get his arm out from between and over the top. So if he can get his arm across the body, he can reverse his position. But even when he was there before, immediately you see that, here we go, look, heel hook attempt.
Oh, he's going to drop right round. Look at that. You can see the legs position. He was trying to move to that.
Yeah.
Isolate the left leg.
The underhook is coming out the side right now. Just right now, really, you know, Ewell is a superior grappler, even though right now, three-quarter Nelson. Drew. Drew has got the, he's turning the corner here.
Now Andre's got the three-quarter Nelson.
Yeah, he's got three-quarter Nelson and the inside hook in, and he's driving down.
But a nice reversal from him, right? He was in a bad spot just 20 seconds ago, and now he's threatening.
Yeah, if he could push him and bump him down, maybe he can work the Darce.
But now we're back to our feet. 1 minute 55 seconds left to go in our main event here. And again, all to play for. Team Bay, the 10 points. Ortiz, 13. Driving towards the cages. Drew Brokenshire chasing his man down. Look at that, not giving him an ounce of space to breathe, Frank.
This is coming down just to who wants it more. Oh, there's the takedown. He's got him.
Pulls away those ankles. Gets it back down to the mat.
See if Drew can lock that bottom leg and keep it flipped on the other side. If right now it's going to be a battle of that right leg of Brokenshire. If Brokenshire can get that right leg behind him and out, he can get to his knee, he might have escaped his position. But if he keeps it on his hip right now, see now reverse back up now. Drew's in a great position.
Yeah.
Yep. And he could, with a minute left, possibly secure this round.
Or take the back. Take the back, which is...
Yeah, because his head pops his head out.
Look at that. Oh, the rear naked choke is his bread and butter.
Yep.
50 seconds to try and make something happen.
He's got a hook in, as long as he doesn't lose position here. And he's going to get the other hook in there, it looks like.
See if he looks to trap the arms. That's one of the ways he finished his last fight, trapped the arm and then was able to get the choke. 35 seconds now.
He's got that wrist control. He is trying to feed it over. He's got the wrist again. He needs to make sure that he keeps that right wrist locked, because if he gives it up, Brokenshire is going to be able to belly down and get to his knees and end up on top, and that could be the difference of this round right now.
Oh my goodness. What an effort here though from Drew Brokenshire. His confidence grew. Listen, he made it as, you know, through each round, getting a takedown earlier and earlier. And this will go to the judges' score.
For your winner, by unanimous decision, Drew the Eternal Fire Brokenshire!
There we have it, it's official. Brokenshire takes the victory. We will hear it from him and our main man, Mr. Frank Mir.
What a performance. You called it. You said you're going to have to come in, grind him down, take away his ability to be mobile and long and fast, and you did exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously pieced me up a little bit in the first round. I wasn't hoping to get hit quite that much, but he's quick and he's skilled, man, and I was able to grind him down a little bit. Once he slowed down, I was able to get on him and stay on him and not give him a chance to recover and get fast again.
Was that an inspiration, though, in the first round? You already were with only a minute left, but you did secure the takedown. Did you walk back going, all right, took me 4 minutes to get it, I'm gonna get it faster? Was that inspiring?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, it went just as I kind of planned in my head as far as our game plan goes. You know, take the first round, be patient, try not to get messed up too bad, wear him down, get him a little bit slower, and then take it to him for the rest of the fight.
Were you able to stay disciplined knowing that this fight, as far as the team battle, came down to your match?
Well, I mean, I wanted to win regardless, but obviously it's awesome to help Brian get that belt around his waist and give the team the win.
Your winner, Drew Brokenshire!